Faith in the Master means faith in his eternal nature, in his everlasting love, in his eternal beneficence or benevolence towards us, in the faith that he will provide for us what we need without having to ask for it. Apart from faith in the power that works as the Master, which power he is giving us when we work as preceptors. And if we start off with doubts about the work that we are doing, whether it will succeed or not, as Babuji Maharaj remarked so many times, it is really a lack of faith in the Master. If you are wielding the power entrusted to you, it cannot possibly fail. The power itself can never fail. It can only fail because it is misused or not used at all. When we lack faith, the utilization of power is likely to be blocked. Then we are working only with our own little power that we have due to our what little spiritual development that we have achieved. So lack of faith is a serious impediment in our work. Therefore, Babuji Maharaj always said, when you sit there, imagine the Master is sitting there. Make this a suggestion. Because he cannot have lack of faith in himself. Then you find the sittings are superb, the effect is instantaneous, the abhyasi benefits, you benefit, everybody benefits. Without faith in the Master, nothing is possible. So, all of you must kindly try your very best to develop this faith. And this faith cannot develop so long as you think of the Master as a human person, weak, old, poor, uneducated perhaps, because then you are judging him as a human being and all these possibilities exist. So it follows that if you have to have faith in the Master, you must see the ability or have the ability to see the reality in that person, the essence that is the Master in him. We have all had so much proof of this, not merely in the love that he has showered upon us, the generosity that he has given us, the compassion that he has exhibited towards us, but in our own experience when we have been sitting before him in meditation. And yet if we have no faith today, it only means we are denying our own experiences with him. We are denying our own ability to read our own condition, which we have told him so many times that today I felt this and this and this. And we are denying the benefit that we have received from him in the nature of our spiritual evolution and growth. Which means we are totally denying him. Lack of faith in the Master is a denial of the Master. And then what happens is like Peter, who fulfilled Christ's prophecy, you see, before the cock crows twice, thou shalt deny me thrice, or whatever it is. So the Master knows, you see, his omnipervasiveness, his omnipotence is disastrous to the Master, because he sees what is going to happen. Ye of little faith, it occurs again and again in the Bible. He did not say ye of no faith, ye of little faith. But I am sorry that today we have many people who have no faith. The Master is another human being. Forget the people who are opposing him. What about the people who have accepted the Master and accepted his wishes and his will? We are no less, culpable of lack of faith. It is not, faith is like chastity. You cannot say woman is 10% chaste. Either woman is chaste or not chaste. Similarly, you are faithful or not faithful. There can be no, I am half faithful, sir. He is faith, I am full. The combination makes it faithful. That is not how faithfulness works. Faithfulness has to be absolute. It means the very difficult task of overcoming our sometimes momentary doubts, sometimes prolonged doubts about him who is the Master. I have known people doubting my Master's mastery when they saw him sick. People have condemned his smoking the hookah. People have condemned the fact that he did not have a degree in mathematics or science or Sanskrit, I don't know what. But they forgot that these are not things which make people masters. Otherwise, a Brahmin should have been, especially one who doesn't smoke and who is also a Sanskrit Pandit, he should have been the Master. Why did nature pick on a chiast, you see? well-known, a tribe well-known for its, shall we say, wrong behavior in all fields. It was to prove to mankind that even such a one can be a master, provided he has in him that which makes a person a master. Judge not the water in a pot by the shape or the form or the metal or the substance of which a pot is made. The sweetest water often comes from a mud pot, very cold, very nice, very fresh. And water from a fridge in a beautiful green glass bottle originally containing whiskey can be harmful, produce throat problems, is not so fresh. You know this in India, you see, when we drink water from the mud pot. So judge not the internal from the external. Judge not the spirit by the flesh. Those who have lost faith in the master have been able to do so only because they judge the master from his flesh and blood and behavior. So faith in the master means the ability to see him as the master in his naked condition. You see, for us, master says, you must be naked before me. No less must we be able to make the master naked before us. Strip him of his flesh and blood and, his idiosyncrasies of behavior and see him in his nakedness. Then you find his nakedness and your nakedness are the same. We are identical. Faith in the master now produces in you a replica of him in whom you have faith. Then it is possible to become like the master. If you stand before the mirror fully dressed, you will see in the mirror a reflection of yourself fully dressed. If you stand naked before the mirror, you will see in the naked a naked person in the mirror. Therefore, we have to become naked first before you can see him in his nakedness, in his utter simplicity, in his realness. Therefore, the need for the abhyasi to become naked first. But we want the master to show himself to us. Is it possible? Because he only shows what you show. Babuji has said, I am a mirror, I reflect what is put before me. You put trust before him, he trusts. You put faith before him, there is faith. You put charity before it, there is charity. The master is nothing except what you create there in the person that is at that moment. Therefore, the master is able to say in his form as Lord Krishna, I am everything. What it is that you see of me is what you are able to see of me at this moment in time, because that is all that you are able to see because of the limitations that you have imposed upon yourself. If you want to remove the limitations that I apparently have, remove the limitations in yourselves. Then you will see me as you are, which is the reality. This is, shall I say, the magnificent prospect that faith in the master offers, and also the horrendous possibility when faith doesn't exist. When there is total faith, the master is total, we see God in him. When there is utter lack of faith, we see only a poor, crumbling, weak human person. And the fault is not his, it is always ours. He never shows himself, he never hides himself. He is as he is. We see what we are able to see. Faith in the master means